I cannot believe it. We picked up a brand new lifer, and it's one of the most elusive bird species that we could have possibly gotten on camera. Just a heads up before I start this video, guys, the wind is really bad in this one just for the first couple minutes, but you do want to stick around. There are some amazing species that we see throughout this video. I even get an amazing lifer, and it's partly ruined by the wind, but please stick around and enjoy these birds. What's up, everybody? Sorry for the wind, but today I'm at San Diego Bay National Wildlife Refuge in San Diego, California, birding for the first time. I have very limited time here today, about 45 minutes, but hopefully we see some birds while we're out here. Just got back from the Sesame Street place. It's like an amusement park for Sesame Street, which my daughter absolutely loves, so we just got back from there. Lots of fun. There were some birding references there as well. But let's see what birds we can find today with this limited time that we have here in San Diego. Picked up a few species already. We picked up a long-billed curlew to add to our list for the day, out here feeding on the beach. But we also picked up some western gulls sitting out in the water out there. What makes this place kind of difficult to bird is you have to take a shuttle into it, and then that shuttle leaves at 5 sharp. So that's why we have limited time. We have to get back to the visitor center before the shuttle leaves, or you're kind of locked in here, which is kind of funny. But we're gonna try to see as many birds as we can. That's a good start of those 2 birds. First time birding in San Diego. I just wish we had a little bit more time. I met this super nice lady, and she showed me to a little wooden structure with a little lookout point. And at low tide, there's a lot of shorebirds out here, so I'll get to that in a minute. We're gonna go through these shorebirds in a sec. But out here's one of my favorite egrets, the reddish egret out here on the water. Absolutely incredible looking. I love that bird. It's got that bright red mane on its neck. Absolutely incredible. Also picked up a snowy egret out here on the water as well. So always great to see a snowy egret. They're absolutely beautiful. And then we picked up a semi-palmated plover. Love that bird. Just a little tiny cute looking plover species. Really awesome to see that bird out here. Now we're gonna scan over the rest of these shorebirds and see what we have to add to our list. Picked up a Say's Phoebe to add to the list for the day. It was perched up nicely on one of the few man-made objects out here at this National Wildlife Refuge. Also behind me here we have a greater yellowlegs to add to our list as well. So pretty awesome to see that bird. We're gonna start walking back towards the visitor center so I don't miss my shuttle and see if we can pick up a few more species for San Diego. I did pick up a ton of shorebirds, but I don't feel comfortable IDing them out here, so I got as much footage as possible. We'll take that back home and start to ID those shorebirds shortly. Just picked up an unexpected lifer out here. A bird was chased out by a rabbit, by some type of rabbit species, and I got my camera up on it, and it turns out that it's my lifer Ridgway's rail. Was not expecting that bird at all. I cannot believe we got that bird. That bird is absolutely incredible. Super elusive. Don't really get rails on camera. Now they do have rails in breeding cages out here, but this one was one of the ones on the outside, one of the ones that are wild and not in the breeding cages. So absolutely incredible to pick up that bird. I can't believe we picked that one up today. Now, San Diego Bay is tied to a discovery center called the Living Coast Discovery Center, and this place does some amazing work. They have a lot of birds that are in need of care here, that are under rehab. There was even a parrot that was missing the top part of its beak, so on its own, it wouldn't survive. It wouldn't be able to eat. They had a lot of cool species there: Swainson's hawks, red-tailed hawks, long-eared owls, just a ton of variety of stuff. They even are rehabbing things like sea turtles, for example, that have been hit by boats. Absolutely incredible. Now some of these birds aren't going to make it back into the wild, but the goal with this Discovery Center is to make sure that they do make it back out into the wild. So it's absolutely amazing. This place is helping these animals get back on their feet, so to speak, and get back into the world. We have more adventure. Again, I apologize for the wind. I have some equipment upgrades that are coming in October where you won't have to worry about the wind anymore, a new mic system. But stay tuned for tomorrow because we have some amazing stuff on the way. Good morning, everybody. It's day 2 of this adventure. And yesterday, I forgot to show you which shorebirds we picked up. I went through them when I got home, and turns out that mostly we have, if not all of them, western sandpipers primarily, and then a few least sandpipers as well. I saw at least one in one of the photos. I'll show you these clips. If you can identify anything else, let me know in the comments below. That was the best I could do. I'm not great with shorebird ID, so any help is appreciated. But today I'm at my favorite birding spot in Southern California. It's called Mojave Narrows Regional Park. And unfortunately, it seems like half the park is blocked off because they have cattle grazing out here. So that's kind of ridiculous. It's never been blocked off before. We may not be able to access half of this amazing birding area. But as we pulled up, we got brief glimpses and kind of back shadowed shots of a black phoebe, one of Southern California's staples. And then just right over here next to me, I got even better shots of a black phoebe posted up on a post. So absolutely incredible bird with that black fading to white. Great contrast on that bird. We will walk around and see if we can find anything else. Again, like I was saying before, this is my favorite spot to go birding. I always find really cool stuff here. So let's see what birds we can find. Picked up a few cool species as I'm standing here, blocked by this gate back here. Picked up a common yellowthroat. I don't normally get those on camera. They're pretty elusive birds, but it's really cool to see this one. It was giving great views. Beautiful yellow warbler species with a black mask, common yellowthroat. And then also picked up a Buick's wren. You can probably hear it in the background if you listen carefully. So 2 really great birds to pick up on our list for the day. I've seen really cool stuff here in the past, vermilion flycatchers, common gallinules. So fortunately, again, the common gallinules were back there. But we should be able to pick up some cool stuff around this big pond out here and see what else we can find. Picked up some cool species as the train goes by. We picked up pied-billed grebe out in the water. That's a cool bird to get. Obviously, we see that quite frequently where we're from, but frequent doesn't necessarily mean boring. They're fascinating birds. And then we saw some white-faced ibis flying above us in the air over here. So that was pretty cool to get those birds. We'll let for this train to finish passing and see what other birds we can find. Picked up a few Southern California specialties. We picked up a Say's phoebe perched up in a tree. That was pretty awesome. We are also able to see great-tailed grackle walking around on the ground looking for food, scavenging like it normally does around the dumpsters. And then we also picked up common raven. All of these birds are extremely common in Southern California, especially in the high desert where I'm at. So pretty cool birds that we've seen today. I'm gonna head to this other pond over here, see if we can pick up anything else interesting. Maybe a phainopepla, that would be pretty cool. And I'll keep you updated on what we find. At the second pond now, and it's already been incredibly productive just from sitting in the parking lot. Picked up a few new birds on camera. The first one was a western bluebird, and I have a soft spot for bluebirds. They're absolutely beautiful. Any bird that has that blue coloration reflected in their feathers is absolutely beautiful. So really happy to pick up that. And then we picked up a Nuttall's woodpecker. So that was pretty cool as well. It's one of Southern California's staple woodpecker species. Nuttall's woodpecker down on the list for the day. And then a bird I wasn't expecting, white-breasted nuthatch. I love nuthatches. Red-breasted nuthatch is my favorite, but white-breasted nuthatch, absolutely incredible. Let's see what other birds we can find. Just got really brief glimpses of one of the most gorgeous birds in North America. Vermilion flycatcher. I can't believe that. I was not expecting that bird. I know you can see them here. I've seen them here in the past. Beautiful breeding male vermilion flycatcher. I'm gonna see if I can get some more shots of this absolutely stunning and gorgeous bird. Got a little bit of a better shot of that vermilion flycatcher. It seems like whenever there's a really cool bird like that, your camera just doesn't want to focus on it. And that's what my camera was struggling with for like the first 10 minutes of trying to get that bird on camera. I knew that bird was a possibility here. Again, I've seen them here in the past, but it still is surprising when it lands right in front of you and it's that bright neon orange color. One of the most beautiful, stunning birds that I've ever seen, vermilion flycatcher. So that's pretty awesome. There's also this massive kettle of turkey vultures flying in the air, riding the heat waves out here. It's kind of amazing. There's so many of them out here. So no sign of the vermilion flycatcher. Unfortunately, I was not able to re-find it despite looking for it for several minutes. This adventure was a lot of fun. Birding in San Diego was absolutely incredible, despite only having about 45 minutes to do so. Seeing my lifer Ridgway's rail was absolutely incredible. I'm still shocked by that. Rails are extremely difficult to get on camera despite it being a lifer or not. I've only gotten a Virginia's rail on camera once ever, and that wasn't even good shots, and this was the best shots I possibly could have gotten probably of Ridgway's rail. So super happy with that lifer. And then coming to my favorite hotspot in Southern California, Mojave Narrows Regional Park, and finding some really cool birds, but also a vermilion flycatcher, one of the most stunning birds in North America. I can't believe that we found that bird. Also, real quick, I just want to shout out a project that I'm working on. My sister is a professional artist, and she has made some pretty amazing designs, a saw-whet owl inspired design for our Halloween drop. Now, this isn't a Halloween design specifically, but it is kind of spooky, and I would definitely recommend that you go check this out. It just dropped yesterday on my shop. And if you want to support local artists, we are splitting the proceeds for this. She put in a lot of work on this, so at a minimum, go check out this amazing design that she created. Link will be in the description below. If you'd like to see more birding adventures, I am returning to San Diego, and I will be birding there for an entire day in December. To my friends who have reached out from San Diego, I will be in touch. I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it happen this trip. I only had 45 minutes or so because we did go to Sesame Street place. That place was really fun as well, especially with a 3-year-old. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite bird from this video? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Bright Eyed Birding.